what you think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Welcome to the Throttle Up Racing Network. Tonight we're with the Gadgit Solutions Next Gen Cup Series. They're about to head into qualifying. Landon Lacey quickest in practice. We'll see where he winds up in qualifying. This is round one of the playoffs. The competitors we're looking at for championship chances in the playoffs right now: Landon Lacey, Kayla McCarthy, Brandon Browning, Quentin Clark, Gary Cronenwet, James Fox, Enzo Hiceta, Garrett Fox, Wesley Jeanette, Adam Brown, Simon Grills, and Jason Blaney all fighting for a championship. In this first round, we'll have Las Vegas here tonight, 133 laps. And next week, we'll be at the Nashville Super Speedway, and that will be the round of 12, the first round, and the top 8 will make it through. First car out on the track right now, Adam Brown, number 9. Simon Grills out there on the track as well. Bullock across the line first with a 31.65. James Fox slightly slower. Adam Brown third quickest right now. Gary Cronenwet out on the speedway getting up to speed. Trying to build up as much speed as he can. Grills will take the pole for just a second. Then Bullock takes it. And then James Fox wrestles it away with a blistering lap, 0.2 quicker than second spot. Brown, though, not far behind. Jason Blaney out on track. He's getting up to speed. Cronenwet will set the fast time. A 31.33. Simon Grills still second quickest. Wesley Jeanette will move up. Third fastest. Slightly smaller field than what we're used to tonight. About 14 competitors going to be driving out here. We're going to be seeing a lot of drafting. The draft, the way these cars are set up right now, and it may change once NASCAR starts up. And iRacing kind of fixes these setups with that 670 horsepower. But right now, smaller horsepower, bigger spoilers makes for some exciting racing here on iRacing. Blaney that time 6th quick. So the draft will matter a whole lot. Tire wear, don't know how much tire wear we'll see. 40 laps before the end of the stage. I think we'll have to pit once on fuel before then. Blaney move up to 5th quick. 4/100ths off of the pole speed, and you can see just how much, how close that these cars are. Cronenwet, Grills, Jeanette, and Fox, and Blaney all 4/100ths of a second difference. Garrett Fox is now out on the track in that number 85. Fox 6th quick on his first lap. Landon Lacey and Quentin Clark will head out to the speedway. Clark on his first lap, 9th. See if Garrett Fox moves up any at all. He does. 2nd quick. Almost an identical lap to the pole, but it's not going to be quite enough as Quentin Clark will come around turns 3 and 4. pole for Quentin Clark, a 31:30. Top 7 all within 1/10 right now. Landon Lacey's out there. He was fastest in practice. Lacey run a lap around the high line. Let's try and get the speed up. And Lacey will end up 9th quick. So a surprising qualifying effort from Landon Lacey. Expected him to be near the pole, but he'll start out in 9th position unless Joseph Peters can push him down a little further. Take a lap with Joseph Peters. Watch him work it down to that white line at the bottom. Sometimes you will get tight off of turn 2 here. Peters 9th quick. Brandon Browning's now out on the track. Getting up to speed as the qualifying time is running thin. Caleb McCarthy will head out on the track too. 2 minutes left. Brandon Browning first lap, 12th quickest. Kayla McCarthy out on the speedway too. We'll check in with her. Still on her first lap. Browning getting as close to that white line as he can. Browning 5th quick. Here comes Caleb McCarthy. Brayton Laster has made it. He's pulling out onto the track in the number 13. Caleb right on that line. A good line. 9th quick for McCarthy. Top 9 all within a 10th. Brayton trying to get a lap in. Time may run out on him. Only 6 seconds left. And time did run out on him. So we'll head to the grid. Your pole sitter for the Gambler 200 is going to be Quentin Clark in the number 94. We wait for the drivers to log in to grid into the session. We'll take a look at tonight's race info. 1.52 miles here, Las Vegas. Outside temperature 78 degrees. Track temp is 103, so it might be slipping and sliding out there. Should be a good night for racing. From your pole position, it's the number 94 of Quentin Clark. Starting in second spot is the number 88 of Gary Cronenwet. Rolling off in third is Garrett Fox in the 85. Starting in fourth is Simon Grills in the number 8. Fifth starting spot, Brandon Browning in the number 5. Wesley Jeanette will start 6th in the number 74. James Fox in the 58, he'll start 7th. Jason Blaney in the number 22 will roll off in 8th position. Starting in 9th is Kayla McCarthy in the number 24. And starting in the 10th position is Adam Brown. He's got a Cougar on the car in that number 9. Joseph Peters is going to start 11th, the number 19. Landon Lacey, fastest in practice, but 12th in qualifying. Cody Bullock, he'll start 13th in the number 5. Right behind him is Brayton Laster in the number 13. And to his right is Nathan Line in the number 33. The field starts to roll. Quentin Clark will be your leader. .40 laps to the first stage, and then stage 2 will end on lap 80, so we'll see how far we can go. I know these next gen cars have been having a bit of an issue with netcode. Hopefully we won't be seeing any of that here tonight. Pace car pulling off. Quentin Clark brings us down to the line. Green flag. And you hear these cars getting wound up. The 88 there with a side draft, and you see how much of a difference that it makes. He'll come down to try and get another one. The 85 looks like he's having some connection issues. Quentin Clark will lead lap 1. Garrett Fox looks like he's going to drop to the back. Brandon Browning will move up to second position. But Gary Cronenwet already looking to the inside. McCarthy with a big move to the outside wall. Oh, she tries to tuck back in. That was a small spot to get in, but she does. Cronenwet now looking at the inside of Clark for the lead. Oh, there goes Cronenwet around the 94. Clark makes contact. Several other cars wrecking. The 85 would move to the back. He's involved, and the 13. So Cronenwet involved in an incident early. Let's try to take a look. This is coming off of turn 2. McCarthy moves to the inside. And I think Cronenwet thought maybe the 94 was going to move up towards the wall. But as they come out of the corner, the 88 moves to the right. And Clark does not. 24 right on the 88's bumper. And Cronenwet ends up going around off the nose of Clark. But then after that, when he comes back across the field, Brandon Browning gets a big hit to the left front. And right here, Garrett Fox just nowhere to go. A big hit, and he will slam to the inside wall. Huge hit right there. There's Cronenwet with his damage. Brandon Browning with some front end damage. He's going to try and get that repaired. He'll go ahead and take his fast repair. Cronenwet most likely going to take his fast repair. Let's see if Garrett Fox takes his. Fox does take his fast repair, as well as Cronenwet. So a lot of championship contenders already using that fast repair. I don't think anyone's going to fall lap down here, though, but McCarthy will now be in the lead. Jason Blaney in second. James Fox has moved his way up to third position. Simon Grills to fourth. Fifth, Wesley Jeanette. Cody Bullock in sixth. Seventh is Joseph Peters. Eighth is Nathan Aline. Quentin Clark in ninth, and Brandon Browning rounds out your top 10 right now. Slide still on the pace car. This is our first caution of the night, involving multiple playoff contenders, including Cronenwet, who's been very fast so far in this one, and real fast all season long, but's been involved in several incidents. This is the Gadgit Solutions Next Gen Cup Series. Make sure you go check out GadgetSolutions.com. Let them know you appreciate the sponsorship. Gadgit Solutions provides IT services and support throughout central Indiana. Specializing in focusing on the needs of local small businesses, driven to create strong partnering relationships, replicating the personal, committed feel your own customers come to expect from you. And you can check them out at GadgetSolutions.com. As we are getting ready to go green, Kayla McCarthy looks like she chooses the outside line. This time the restart will be on leader, which is Kayla McCarthy. She'll have control here when to go. And the pace car is in. Now we'll wait for Kayla. Green flag. And she'll dip down to the inside. Blaney a little loose there. Simon Grill's going to have a big run as they head down into 3. Not going to be able to do anything with it. McCarthy grabs that bottom line. Single file up front. When can Simon Grills make a move? Right behind him, teammate Cody Bullock. See if they'll work together. The 22 of Jason Blaney, though, is going to stick his nose in there. He'll move up to the 3rd position. Single file for most of the front group. Cronenwet has caught this front group, and he's trying to make his way around the outside. Behind him is Brandon Browning, who's just behind that group, and then right behind him is Landon Lacey. And then out there by themselves, Brayton Laster, Garrett Fox, and Quentin Clark, all trying to make sure they don't damage their race cars. Oh, Cronenwet, the 9 touch. The 9 gets sideways. They all have to lift. Simon Grill's able to make his way around McCarthy, and she drops all the way back to 7th. Here was that pass for the lead. And she just got stuck up on the high lanes. Everyone was driving so much faster around the bottom. Oh, there goes 2 around the 58. And the 74, the 19's involved. We'll see if we can figure out what happened. Oh, the 5 come up just as the 58's trying to come down for a side draft, which sends the 5 around off the nose of the 24. I think she gets around with minimal damage, but the 74 is trying to avoid the 5 there. Sees the 5, thinks he's going to come back up the track and right into the side of the 58. And they go around. The 9, the 19, also some damage. Oh, and there goes Cronenwet around as well. And he had just taken his fast repair. Oh, he's able to keep it out of the wall. So a little bit of right rear damage, not much for Gary Cronenwet. But the 58 with a lot of damage there. We will head into the pit lane. Four cars stay out. Actually, I believe 7 cars have stayed out. Simon Grills, Jason Blaney, Nathan Lyon, Kayla McCarthy, Brandon Brown, Brayton Laster, and Garrett Fox will all stay out this time around. Cody Bullock would be the first off the pit lane. Landon Lacey's second one out. Wesley Jeanette, he'll round out the top 10. Third one off the pits. James Fox, let's see, did he take the fast repair? He did indeed take the fast repair. So there's another car that's already used that fast repair. Gary Cronenwet, you see that right rear damage. And it's bent that spoiler up. That may affect the handling on that race car. He has already taken his fast repairs, so that damage about as good as it's going to get. Quinn Clark has not taken his fast repair yet, getting as much damage repaired as he can. The 9 of Adam Brown still able to hold on to that right front. A little bit of left front damage too, so nose damage all around for the 9, some left rear damage, but I think he'll be fine for a little while if he doesn't have a lot of engine damage. Right now, Jason Blaney is your leader. Nathan Lyon to second quick. These two are teammates, 1 and 2. And it looks like Jason Blaney may be choosing the inside line for this restart. So Gary Cronenwet running in 9th. Trying to does have a little bit of front end damage too, but check out Cronenwet Motorsports. You can go visit them on Facebook at Cronenwet Motorsports. Check out all of their team and schedule information. They run some ARCA street stock races in Taylor, Michigan. So go check out Cronenwet Motorsports on Facebook. Give them a like. As we get ready to go back green, Jason Blaney out front. Those lights off on the pace car. That means we're getting close to getting back to green flag racing. We're right at halfway through stage 1, 19 laps down, 40 in stage 1. So we're seeing some strategy. Some of these drivers trying to stay out and stay up front, as they've only got to hold on for about 20 more laps. Green flag. McCarthy right there with Blaney. After getting shuffled back to 7th, she's found her way back to 2nd as Brayton Laster's getting shuffled 4 wide back here. And he just doesn't want to get damage to that race car early. He knows a lot of these other drivers have already used their fast repair, so a little luck could go a long way here for Brayton Laster. Jason Blaney leads again. Kayla McCarthy, not sure when she's going to make her move. These two actually getting a slight gap over 3rd. I'm sure that'll close back up pretty quick. Cronenwet, even with that damaged race car, has made his way back up to 4th position. He has wasted no time to try and get back up front. Cody Bullock right behind him. Bullock may be able to get to the inside. I think he will. They'll go side by side into turn 3. Cronenwet stuck up on the high lane. When will he be able to get back to the inside? Now James Fox is going to get around. Wesley Jeanette just wasn't quite close enough to get the nose in there below Cronenwet. And Cronenwet will drop all the way back to 7th position. Jason Blaney still hanging on to the lead. McCarthy looks like she's getting slicing and dicing up front, trying to make her move. Nathan Lyon will get shuffled out. You can see how much of a difference the draft makes. That time McCarthy with a big run. Looks to the outside, not going to take it. She knows she's got to get to the inside. Blaney protecting the low line. Now she's going to look to the high side. Bullock's going to fill that gap. That may cost McCarthy. And turning into the corner, such a sharp angle may be hurting some of these drivers' tires. We'll have to see over the long run if that matters at all in these cars. But a larger arc into the corner would certainly save tires, but with him having to guard that inside line the way he is, really being in first place is probably the last place that you want to be. Especially when we get close to this stage, there are going to be drivers going everywhere trying to get around you. And you're just going to be kind of a sitting duck. Oh, James Fox tries to get in there, but Cody Bullock able to shut the door, and that'll push Cronowet back out to the third lane. Now side by side with Grills into the corner. He's going to drop all the way back to 6th at least. Bullock trying to find his way around Jason Blaney. Just nowhere to go. Blaney throwing the blocks. It's the way you have to drive this race car. Guard that inside line with your life. As we're down to the final 10 laps in stage number 1. McCarthy able to get around James Fox for the 3rd spot. She's on her way back to the front. Blaney doing everything right now. McCarthy trying to find her way around this number 5. It's Cronowet getting shuffled again. Way up in the high line. He and James Fox will drop all the way to the back of this pack. Everybody in this group will get stage points unless they wreck. And there comes McCarthy surging into the 2nd position. Now she's got to try and find her way around Blaney. Nobody's been able to find a spot or a weakness in the 22's defense right now. Everybody ride down against that white line on the backstretch. Not the type of line you would typically see here at Las Vegas, but everyone they have to guard the inside. They get stuck up on the outside by themselves. That draft will just push them right to the back of the field. She's looking to the inside. Can she get him? Oh, she gets right to him, and they go around. Blaney around. Caution on the speedway. And engine damage for the 24. We will rack it up, see if we can figure out what happened on that one. I think this one all starts all the way back into the back stretch as they're getting ready to go into turn 3 right here. You see McCarthy able to arc it down a little further into the corner. Blaney washes up to the 2nd lane above that dotted line there. But finally starts to find some grip and work his way back to the bottom line. McCarthy gets a huge run through here. Not sure if there was netcode involved or because that was just a, must have just hit in such a perfect position. She was right there on him. It looked like she was starting to check up a little bit, but around he goes. No matter what, he goes around. The 22 with a lot of damage. The 53 gets through. Oh, the 5 and the 24. A lot of damage right there. So we'll have to see what they decide about the stage and when we go green. McCarthy had to take that faster pair. Lacey trying to get as much damage fixed as he can. He knows in just a couple of laps we should have another caution for the end of the stage. We'll see what the admins choose to do, but Cody Bullock, I think he may be out of this one. To Simon Grills in the lead. He's driving that Patriot Auto Solutions Chevrolet Camaro. Patriot Auto Solutions is your one-stop shop for all automotive refinishing needs, specializing in vehicle customization like aftermarket color matching. Look no further if you are seeking paint and refinishing needs in or around the state of Indiana. Our shop is home to over 10 years of automotive knowledge, repair, and refinishing experience. For more information, visit our Instagram or Facebook page at Patriot Auto Solutions. So go check out their Instagram or their Facebook page, Patriot Auto Solutions. And they've got to be happy right now. Their driver, Simon Grills, in the lead here, nearing the end of stage one. So there may be a one-lap shootout. We'll see. It looks like they're extending the caution. They're still under the lights on the pace car. But as of right now, some big competitors here. McCarthy in 10th. Landon Lacey, they're going back and forth actually. But I think McCarthy's 10th and Lacey is 11th. Cronenwet 13th, so a couple of those drivers are going to be out on stage points. See if the lights go out this time around. And they do, so we're about to go green again. So not sure how they'll score the end of that one, but Grills looks like he will be your stage winner. Fox second, Browning third, Jeanette fourth, Brown fifth. Garrett Fox in 6th, Jason Blaney 7th, Quentin Clark 8th, Nathan Lyon in 9th, Cronenwet 10th, Peters, McCarthy, Laster, and Lacey all on the outside looking in. The Simon Grills will be the control car. And he is tucked right in behind that pace car. Green flag, the inside line checks up a little bit. Oh, the 48 has to drop out. Not sure what's going on with the 48, but it looks like there may be some damage to that car. There is some nose damage. That may be why he chose to drop out, taking some stage points and then dropping out of the way. Simon Grills on the inside. James Fox on the high lane trying to get around. Garrett Fox right behind James Fox. Trying to push him around in the high lane, and Fox will clear the 8, but he's going to stay on the outside and see if he can help that 85 get around too. Several cars moving up to the high lane to try and get around the 94 car of Quentin Clark down there on the inside. A lot of damage. It looks like Garrett Fox may clear the 8 as well. Driving around the outside. Cronenwet will get by 2. Top 3 will all move around the leader on the high lane. It's the first time we've seen it here tonight. James Fox out front, Garrett Fox right behind him. Looking for lap 80. Cronenwet will get moved up to the outside again. Simon Grills will move back into the 3rd spot. And these drivers just afraid to move too far away from that bottom line. Cronenwet drops all the way back to 7th. Blaney gets a big run out of 4 to the inside of Simon Grills. So Blaney, after being involved in that incident right at the end of the stage, he's already found his way back up to 3rd spot. These top 2 teammates. So he's going to need some help if he plans on getting around them. Because they are working very well together right now, 1st and 2nd. Blaney has to move to the inside almost. I think he may have checked up a little bit. McCarthy going to get a big run. She may take it to the outside. She'll choose to stay behind in the 4th position. They may choose to ride single file for a little while. Just try to hold on to what they got here. Blaney's not going to do that. He'll move to the high lane. McCarthy will go with him. Oh, Fox tries to block. Blaney able to get back down. in behind the 58. Now he's going to move to the outside. Tries to get a side draft, but he's got no help. Oh, and they are almost touching door to door as they come across the line. Blaney will lead the lap. Now Blaney's got his teammate Nathan Lyon on the outside. It's 2-on-2. Question is, who will McCarthy go with? Looks like she's choosing the inside line right now. So close, door to door. Oh, and the 85 and the 33 get together. Looks like the 85 may have blinked out there for a second. And everyone's able to get back going. Don't think he hit the wall. Some slight right side damage, but it looks like he drove right through that car in front of him. Yeah, some connection issues for the 85. Everybody trying to get around clean and clear. James Fox still up on the outside. He and Simon Grills trying to work together. Cronenwet and McCarthy down on the bottom line. And Nathan Lyon trying to get back up to his teammate Blaney, who has a half a second lead, but that is going to close down quick. James Fox right on the door of Cronenwet, not able to slow him down a whole lot. Ooh, Lyon and Door very close, or Lyon and Fox, excuse me, close to dooring each other. As Fox continues to try and get by on the outside, but right now Blaney trying to hold him off. 2/10 now the lead. Down from half a second as this draft is doing its thing to reel in McCarthy and Cronenwet. They're going to catch the lapped car now of Brandon Browning. He will go one lap down. Oh, McCarthy gets back up on the track, gets the car a little uneven going up onto the banking. Shoots to the right, but able to save it and hold off Cronenwet. Impressive move there. Cronenwet right to the bumper, and again McCarthy gets a little squirrely. I think Cronenwet had to check up that time to not get into the back of her. McCarthy moving to the high lane, trying to get around the 22. Cronenwet stuck his nose in there, but McCarthy shuts the door. Starting to get real wild back here for second on back. And the 58 of James Fox comes down the pit lane, I think where he stayed out that time. May have had to have pit. Yeah, he had been out there 40 laps. It looks like Jeanette may have to pit in the next lap or so, as well as Grills. So we'll keep an eye on all that. Everybody was hoping for a caution there. It looks like they're not able to get it. Cronenwet. Oh, a little tag to the bumper of the 24. And that'll slow them all down. Nathan Lyon moves to the outside. Quite the rivalry between the 24 and the 88. Cronenwet getting a big run through the corner. Simon Grills and Wesley Jeanette both pit there. It's going to be close, I think, for a lot of these drivers to make it to the end of the stage. I don't know if Blaney or McCarthy will be able to make it. Cronenwet and Lyon should be pretty close, as well as Lasser and Lacey. All should be very close on making it to the end of the second stage on fuel, which will be on lap 80. These other drivers, 41 laps, 42 laps for Jeanette was all that they were able to make it. And that would be, I think, a little bit too long. About 3 laps short, I believe Blaney's going to be. Especially as hard as they are racing right now. That 53 of Lacey, he's dropped way back. He may be saving some fuel. They only have to save a couple of laps. These 4 up here are saving nothing. They are going all out. Browning here about to go 3 laps down. Blaney now has his teammate Lyon back in line in second spot. And Cronenwet will finally work his way around McCarthy on the inside line. And the 53 chooses to pit. Landon Lacey already in the pit lane. Oh, Cronenwet and Lyon get crossed up there. McCarthy's going to be able to get back around. And there goes Lacey 1 lap down, 15 laps to the end of the stage. Right now, Blaney in the lead. McCarthy trying to wrestle it away. It's going to be difficult to do with only 1 versus 1 here. As with the 88 and the 33 getting tangled up, they've dropped back. Blaney has led a lot of laps. Trying to find his way into the second round. The 94 Clark has headed to the pit lane. Still sitting in there, 1 lap down. And I'm convinced that all of our leaders are going to have to pit before this stage is over. Cronenwet and Line starting to reel the top two back in. McCarthy trying to use the drive from the lap car of Adam Brown. Everyone from 7th on back has pitted. Actually, 7th has not pitted, but he's going to be very close on fuel. Laster's going to be very close on fuel. I think the top 5 are not going to make it. I think Laster may be in the position to make it to the end here. We'll see. I think as long as Blaney's in the lead, he's going to choose not to pit. Cronenwet trying to make a move to the outside. He has gotten up to second, is right there with a big run out of 2. McCarthy will go with him. Cronenwet does get around Blaney right there in second. He's going to hold on for as long as he can. The 85 and the 19 will both head down the pit lane. Garrett Fox is in. Ooh, the 33 and the 24 make some contact. There comes the 22 in, and the 33 looks like he may be coming down. Caleb McCarthy will head in, as well as the 88 of Cronenwet. All of our leaders in. Brayton Laster has been saving like crazy, I can tell you that much. So Brayton Laster will come back around to take the lead. '24 McCarthy, a short pit. Looks like fuel only maybe for the 24. She knows that she's going to be able to pit here in a couple of laps at the end of this stage. Laster's been in max fuel save mode. Nathan Lyon just now coming out of the pits, so maybe a penalty for the 33. And he'll go one lap down. No, the 13 of Brayton Lasser will choose to come into the pits. He's got it locked up. He may have gotten it down to speed. So now this race is going to come down to McCarthy and Lacey. Both took fuel only, I believe, on that pit stop as they're out 5 seconds ahead of Cronowet and Blaney. Clark right now, the last car on the lead lap. McCarthy able to hold on to this second position. Two to go here in stage two. Caleb McCarthy out front. Landon Lacey right there, but the question is, can he get something done here? This will be white flag for stage two. That'll put the 9 1 lap down. Lacey's going to choose just to stay behind McCarthy. She'll win stage two. Landon Lacey in second. Jason Blaney will bring home third. Cronowet in fourth. Simon Grills in fifth. Wesley Jeanette in the sixth position. James Fox seventh. Garrett Fox in eighth. And Nathan Lyon will come home in ninth position. And Brayton Laster in 10th. Last car on the lead lap, Quentin Clark in 11th, and Adam Brown should be the free pass car. When we go back green again, he should be to the tail end of the lead lap. There's some interesting fuel strategy there at the end of that stage. We'll see who pits here and who doesn't. Kayla McCarthy looks like she might stay out. Not sure what she did on that last stop. No, she will head in. So most everybody heading down the pit lane. A few cars do stay out. Staying out is Jason Blaney in the 22. He'll recapture the lead. He's saving fuel. He and Nathan Lyon will be 1-2 when we restart. Everyone else chose the pit. Looks like fuel only for Gary Cronowet. He'll come out to the third position. Simon Grills will be out of the pit lane in fourth. And Kayla McCarthy in fifth. So we're already seeing some different fuel strategy. No one should be able to make it to the end from here. 50 laps between now and the end. Thought Braden Laster was going to be able to make it to the end on fuel there, but chose not to push it. Currently running in the 9th place. Go check out Blaster Motorsports. Braden Laster Motorsports is a professional dirt super late model race team located in central Indiana. After starting racing at the age of 8 in go-karts, Brayton now looks to take on dirt tracks across the Midwest. For more team and schedule information, visit us on Facebook at Brayton Laster Motorsports. Brayton just recently went and test drove an ARCA car down at Daytona. May be able to race, we'll see. But pretty cool, even be able to drive around in a race car at a track like Daytona. Everyone trying to save fuel right now. We'll see if the pace car shuts those lights off this time around. If you think the next gens here at Las Vegas are chaotic, then you should go check out iRacing Extreme Figure 8 Racing. Now that's some chaos. That's the premier Figure 8 racing series in all of sim racing. And you may think it's a demolition derby, but there's a lot of fast and competitive drivers out there battling in short track fashion. Then of course you got that intersection to battle as well. Now, these drivers and admins are all from real-world competitive figure 8 racing backgrounds, so go check out iRacing Extreme Figure 8 Racing on Facebook if that might be something that you're interested in joining. We are double file here in the Gambler 200. Oh, and the 33 hits the outside wall. Not sure what that was about. Pace car in. Now it's down to Jason Blaney. Green flag. And line hitting the outside wall may have caused him some cosmetic damage, and that's going to affect his aerodynamics. You see him drop like a boat anchor back, all the way back to 6th position. Everyone single file right now. Jason Blaney out into the lead. A familiar place for him tonight here in Las Vegas. Simon Grills will stick the nose to the inside of Cronweb, but he'll get sideways. And he'll be able to save it, but has to go through the dirt. We'll see where he ends up on the other side of this. And he'll have some nose damage, it looks like, through all that. Just got loose, sent it into the inside dirt. Blaney sideways off the corner. Oh, he and the 88 make contact. And the 94 as well. The 22 of Blaney able to save it, get it back going straight, and not lose a bunch of time. The 94 does go around. But Blaney will hold on to 7th. Clark didn't lose a whole lot of time. He's right there with the 85. It's a Cronenwet and Brayton Laster 1-2. Can Laster make a move? Wesley Jeanette's up to 3rd, James Fox in 4th, Joseph Peters in 5th. So some new drivers up to the top 5. The only familiar name we've seen really up there tonight is Gary Cronenwet, who is in the lead and blocking left and right down that backstretch. Brayton Laster trying to find his way to get a lap lead. He was able to lead a lap on the pit strategy earlier, though. Cronenwet, though, hard to beat. As Wesley Jeanette and the rest of these drivers able to catch the top 2, so now there's a big pack. Caleb McCarthy and Jason Blaney still hanging around in this pack. You can never count them out. McCarthy will move to the inside of Peters, and Peters will go around hard to the inside wall. No caution. And we'll take a look at it. Still green. McCarthy gets down below that yellow or that white line and gets a little unsettled and comes up, clips the 19, and he'll go around. Slides all the way to the inside and a hard hit to that inside wall. And that'll probably be it for Joseph Peters' chances. We'll see if we can get another caution. He's going to need it. McCarthy lost the draft in that little exchange. But Jason Blaney was able to get around. There's now 5 cars in this lead group. Laster out front. Cronenwet drops to 5th. And Blaney, even with that damaged race car, able to keep up there in 4th position right now. Oh, and he's looking to the inside of James Fox, not able to do it that time. That 58 with a big run. He'll move to the inside of Wesley Jeanette for 2nd spot. Jeanette will drop back. Peters may look to the outside. Cron went right on that white line, and that's moving him forward. 100 laps in of 133 now. Everyone's still just guarding that bottom line. You got to wait for somebody to mess up, make a mistake, and try and stick your nose in there. Cronowit and Blaney nose to tails. They try and catch back up to the front too. James Fox with a big run. Where will he take it? Not able to use it. Blaney right there. As we look at the pit strategy, Blaney's going to have to pit in about 13 laps. Everyone else can go about 21 more. But everyone's going to have to pit before the end of the stage. Oh, and there goes the 13 around. No caution as the 13 gets spun. Let's take a look as they go down into the corner. Fox looks to the inside. Brayton maybe throw a late block there, not sure. These cars are just so difficult to pass. You've got to kind of stick your nose in there, maybe where you wouldn't normally put it. Well, Fox kind of went below that white line to get in there. Blaney went all the way to the outside to try and avoid that, and he hits the outside wall. But we continue green flag racing. James Fox in the lead. Jason Blaney second. Wesley Jeanette third. Gary Cronenwet in the fourth position. And these drivers dwindling out of this front group down to 4 now. And Landon Lacey's parked it. He's out in 13th position. Not sure what happened to Landon. And there comes Joseph Peters to make his pit stop. Simon Grills has already been in for his. Is anybody going to be able to make a move? When will they pit? Blaney's going to be very close to making it. See about just a few more laps. Blaney's got about 8 more laps. Nobody really able to make a move. Cronowet's looking to the inside of Jeanette. He'll get there. So now Cronowet's going to make his move into the third position. 25 to go here in the Gambler 200. McCarthy and Clark are reeling in this front group as they are racing hard up here. And there comes McCarthy and Clark drafting together. They're now within a second and a half of the leader. Cronowet has moved now all the way up to second. McCarthy and Clark were 3 seconds back just a few laps ago. Oh, the 22 heads to the pit, but it didn't say it or the 74 didn't hear it. I don't think he was able to go much further. He'll slide it in. Let's just reverse this up and take a look at that. Oh, the 24 with a lot of damage too. So I don't know if the 22 didn't call it out or if the 74 didn't hear it, but it sounds like the 24 didn't hear it either. So now the 24 will head down for her pit stop. A lot of front end damage to McCarthy. And that little incident right there may have locked it up for either James Fox or Gary Cronowet. They'll have to pit very shortly, though. Final 20 laps. Who's going to be the first to head in? There comes the 94 into the pit lane. The Quinn Clark pits from third. Kayla McCarthy, I believe she may have already taken her fast repair. Not sure if she took a set of tires. What happened there? I think she had some required damage as she goes 2 laps down. She may finish outside of the top 10 here. We'll see. So Quentin Clark and Wesley Jeanette both in the pit lane. The 74, he's got a lot of front end damage too. Looks like he had already used his fast repair early in the race. So a set of tires for the 74. We'll see if he's got any required damage. And he'll roll right on out, but a lot of nose damage for the 74. So now the race is for the lead. James Fox, Gary Cronowet, Garrett Fox, Brayton Lasser, the only cars left to pit. We've got smoke in front of these drivers, but nothing there. Make sure y'all go to TunnysAuto.com. Check out Tunney's Auto Service. Whatever service you need on your car, tires, brakes, oil changes. They'll give you the best experience. Go to TunnysAuto.com as we're coming down to the last 16 laps to go here in the Gambler 200. And it looks to be a two-car race right now. And James Fox pitting very early. I mean, he came in on the backstretch. Cronenweth will drive all the way around and drive into the pit lane way up here, and that'll cost James Fox about 3 seconds on the racetrack. Oh, it looks like Quentin Clark may have gotten a penalty. He has to come back into the pit lane. So that'll hurt Quentin Clark big time. Cronenweth out front, but Brayton Lasser's in the lead. Most likely the first car out of the pit lane here is going to be your winner. Unless they come out close, and it's Cronenweth. Looks like fuel only for Gary. James Fox still in the pit lane. He took tires. So that's the difference. 15 laps, James Fox with tires, and it's going to be a big difference. At least 13, 14 seconds between James Fox and Cronenweth, who's already in the middle of turn 4. And now we just wait for Brayton Lasser. And here he comes into the pit lane. Comes in rather quick, locks it up. Not sure if he got down to speed or not, but locked it up and slid a long ways. So Cronenweth with 13 to go will take the lead, a 13-second lead over James Fox, who took tires on that pit stop. Cronenweth actually extending this lead a little bit. So James Fox is in second position. Garrett Fox right behind him in third. Jason Blaney's in fourth. So this right here is the closest battle on the racetrack. And I think that these two are going to catch James Fox. So this will be the battle for second place here in just a second. Peters looking like he was going to get down in between this race for the second position. Blaney right to the back bumper of Fox. This is the battle for second, 14 seconds off the lead. Fox just trying to hold that bottom line, the thing that Blaney has been doing all night long. No one's really able to make a move right now, as these cars are so aero dependent. Just stepping out of line, you'll end up losing a lot of time and distance, especially if you try and go around on the outside. So Blaney just looking for his opportunity to get down below the 58. We're down to 5 to go. Cronenwet just put McCarthy a second lap down. Where can Blaney get enough of a run to try and come home second? He's had a great race here today. That number 22 has led a lot of laps. Currently in the third position. Looks like Blaney got a little squirrely through the corner there. Blaney trying to find a spot, but there's just nowhere to go right now. As we're coming to the white flag for Gary Cronenwet in that 88. Blaney's got one lap to try and make a move. He looks to the high lane, trying to get a run. Cronenwet off of turn 4, and he will win the Gambler 200 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And with just the way these cars drive, Blaney didn't have a chance to get around James Fox. James Fox will come home second. Jason Blaney will end up in the third position. So Cronenwet wins it here tonight. A fantastic job from him. Took the faster pair early, but it paid off. Gary Cronenwet burning it down. And he'll blow it up. We'll see if we can get a word from our top three. I think we're just waiting on. There's Jason Blaney. As we get ready for this Lefevre's Landscape Curbing Victory Lane, our top three interviews right now. We're going to talk to Jason Blaney, who ended up in third position. Hey, Jason, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do, Dakota.
Man, what a fantastic race from you out there tonight. I don't know if you led the most laps, but it was certainly close if you didn't. What does your race look like out there?
You got me?
Yeah, how were you able to lead so many laps out there tonight?
Oh, man. I came into practice earlier this week and, try to get the car the way I wanted it, try to figure out my steering ratio, and it gave me a really good kind of Texas vibe, and we were there not too long ago, and I had a pretty good run there. I feel like the 1.5 mile high draft tracks, I feel like I have good maneuverability around, and hey man, once I felt it, it felt like it was home, so I just kept trying to use who I could with the most draft, make the moves the best way I could, and was luckily able to keep myself, I'm sure, alive in these playoffs because it was a stressful event for sure.
Look like these cars are just so aero dependent. Not real sure what the issue was, but it looked like there was just hugging that inside line, even all the way down the back stretch. It was just staying right against that white line. What was the strategy out there, and was there really any ability to pass on the outside without some help?
So strategy going in, I honestly was practicing that middle line. That's the way all the Xfinity cars and everything run. So I was good running up there. That's the way I was comfortable until I came into practice and I saw people putting flyer laps down on the bottom side, and I'm like, this kind of changes some things. So that was my strategy. I was starting up high, tried to get it low, and that's just where it seemed like the line kept going. Once I took the lead, I didn't really want to run the white line. It's not my style of driving, but I saw some people peeking their nose down there, and I was like, all right, if I don't go down there, I'm just going to get passed on the inside, and I'm going to wish I was there. So I just made sure to keep people on the high side, and it was possible for you to make a high side move. You just really had to use the side draft, and that's risky, you know what I mean, and get into the side doors somebody really quickly. So it was just a lot of risk, and hopefully for a big reward, and if not, then you're kind of stuck dropping positions back. So
it looked like there was some sort of incident there when you come into the pits on that last pit stop. Was that the difference between you getting a win here tonight? You certainly had a fast car.
I feel like it slowed me down a little bit. Honestly, we had a good strategy. We stayed out after the conclusion of stage 2. Had about 5 laps on the tires. That's when we got third in the stage 2. So I knew I had a little bit worse tire. So I knew making it back, I'd be able to make some flyer laps while they're coming down pit road, which would have helped me. But I felt like with that incident, it kind of equaled me out to where I would have been if I was on their strategy, where I would have finished. So honestly, first podium tonight in Gadgit Solutions Next Gen Cup Series. I can't be anything but happy that the race actually went good for myself, especially in a time like this.
Yeah, it looks to me like you've been getting faster and faster all season, and a first podium, I don't feel like it's going to be your last, but you got anybody you'd like to thank after this one tonight, Jason?
Yeah, man, I definitely like to thank the Fueled Up community, Fueled Up Motorsports Group. They help every step of the way, getting cars the way they need to do, the teamwork to keep you in it. Tight Lines Apparel, they took a really big risk on me coming in out of the playoff bracket when they sponsored me and told me to go get it and race like I had something to race for. And I feel like that's a big reason why I have this opportunity now to fight for the championship. Venue Radio, of course, they're always here to help. Yeah, man, just happy that I can have a team to rely on every week.
Well, phenomenal run. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again a few more times before the season's over.
Yeah, absolutely, Dakota. Thank you for having me, and thanks for the recognition for sure.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
And that's your third place finisher, Jason Blaney. Let's get a word with our second place finisher, James Fox. Hey, James, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Man, looks like just a crazy race out there. A lot of dependent upon the aerodynamics draft, a lot of draft out there. What did your race look like? Did you have to use that faster pair before this race ended?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was kind of a roller coaster for me. I used that fast repair on like lap 13, I think it was. So way early. So just tried to keep it clean the rest of the way and stay out of trouble because I knew I didn't have that to lean on. So man, that was a rough one. It was a lot of close quarters racing, but hung it out there.
What do you think you needed to get the win here tonight? Was it just pit strategy by Gary? Looks like he got way out ahead, like 13 seconds.
Well, it seems like every single week I keep messing myself, screwing myself out of it. I was leading there going into that last round of pit stops, and then made a couple of errors going down on the pit road. Braked a little too early, and then downshifted one too many, and turned the car almost around and got the wall a little bit going into the pit lane. So that kind of messed me up, but gave him the win. But at least was able to pull out a podium here.
Well, next week we'll be headed to Nashville Super Speedway. What do you think your chances are to make it through this first round and into this second round, into the round of 8?
Well, at this point, I'm not sure. I've never run a single lap at that track yet, so it's going to take some practice this week. But we'll put the time in and see what we got for him.
Well, phenomenal job, James. Got anybody you'd like to thank?
Thank you. Obviously, you do a pretty good job putting these things on, and it's always a pleasure to watch. Gadgit Solutions for being the primary sponsor here. Garrett and all the work that he does into this, and really everybody out there watching it, just to try to keep the hype up.
Absolutely. Well, phenomenal job, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again a couple more times before this playoffs are over.
Looking forward to it.
And that was James Fox, our second place finisher. Let's get a word with our winner, Gary Cronenwet, that number 88. Hey, Gary, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hello. How you doing, Dakota?
Man, doing good. Seems like this whole season you've had a lot of bad luck, but tonight didn't really come into a whole lot of effect. I think we did see you take your fast repair pretty early in this race, and you're able to hold it in there, keep the car clean for the rest of the race, and you come home with the win. What did the race look like, and did you have to take that fast repair pretty early?
Yeah, we struggled this year. We had a lot of bad luck, a lot of tension throughout the whole year. But yeah, I had to take that fast repair on lap 5 when I was in the inside of quitting, and Kayla was right behind me, and she tried to go the inside out of 2, and I seen her. I didn't want to come down on her and get touched and spin, so I kind of moved up just a little bit, and that's all she wrote. I got in the quitting and took him out. Sorry that happened. That sucks, but we were just racing hard up there, and yeah, I took that fast repair and then tried to stay out of trouble the whole race. Got in Jason in turn 1 on accident, trying to pass him for the lead, and that kind of messed him all up. But sorry to him, and yeah, able to cash our chips in and get the win here.
There in the closing laps, there was like 5 of you was racing really tight, and then all of a sudden it was 4, and then it was 3, and then it was down to 2. When you come down and it's just basically you and one other driver into the pit lane, what was your pit strategy there? Because you came out like 13 seconds ahead.
Pit strategy was just take fuel only. I didn't want to take tires like I did last time, and that gave Kayla the stage win and stage 2, but excuse me. As soon as I seen James duck down in turn 3, I'm like, oh, this ain't good. So he kind of miscued pit road a little bit. He said it was his first time pitting on under green there, so that sucks for him. I'd like to run with him at the end of the race, but yeah, we just came in, got fuel, probably about a half tank of fuel, and that was just enough fuel to get us to the end.
I think this win will lock you into the next round of the playoffs, but next week we head to Nashville Super Speedway. Is that a track that you enjoy? Do you think you can maybe get back-to-back wins?
Honestly, I don't know if I get back-to-back wins. I've never ran at Nashville with these cars, but I guarantee it's probably nothing like today, where we're flat-footed and running so close with each other. But yeah, it'll be fun. It should be exciting. I'm gonna go out and try to get another W and push that momentum towards the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely looked like a super speedway race out there tonight. I think next week we're going to be using the brakes a lot more. But do you have anybody you'd like to thank after this one, Gary?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to first and foremost thank my wife at home and able to watch the kids, or not watch the kids, sorry, because she's mine, but able to just, allow me to do this every Tuesday and put some effort into it. And really like to thank her, and also like to thank my sponsors, H&M Transporting LLC, CMS Motorsports, TWU Local 2051. I'd like to also thank you up at the broadcast booth doing this week in and week out, man. You're awesome. We appreciate you. Garrett, this whole season, this whole league's pretty, been pretty fun. And just the guys I race with, there's tensions here and there with everybody, but it's all about racing. It's a pride thing. So we'll move on and do something we haven't done all year and win more.
Well, phenomenal job, Gary. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again before this season's over. I expect it, actually. I think you'll be up there if we can just get this bad luck off your back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fast week in and week out. Not going to toot my own horn, but I mean, it shows on the board, but it's just bad luck sucks. But, we'll take this today and, move on. Landon's going to be the one to beat through the season, I believe. And if we could run with him, we should be all right. And thanks for the paint to Landon as well. Pretty sick paint job tonight.
Yeah, the car looked good. Well, good job, Gary, and we'll be talking to you again soon.
Thanks, Dakota. I appreciate you.
And that was our winner, Gary Cronin-Wet. Next week we'll be at the Nashville Super Speedway. Looks like it'll be 150 laps at Nashville. So that'll be a fun race, no doubt. That track, definitely a much different track than this one. It's shorter, more braking into the corners, so they actually have to drive it off the corner. Shouldn't be a whole lot of aero, not as much as it was here tonight. We'll see you back here Tuesday for the Next Gen Cup Series here at Nashville. And also coming up very soon, I think we're probably going to be starting this week. We're going to be streaming the Gathering Place Church in Aberdeen, Virginia, their church services on Sunday morning. So if you don't have a church, join us here on the Throttle Up Racing Network. We'll be worshiping with the Gathering Place Church in Aberdeen, Virginia. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you.